Right, what's this? Go on. What, go on, just get on with it, because I just can't believe what you just said.
What are we doing? Are we, final one?
Yeah.
Right, the last one, like I said...
No. Say the record. Say the record you played, go on.
This is, free association.
Yeah, brilliant,
right. Shadow would not.
Yeah, and what did you just say to me just before this was ending? He just looked over at me and went, are there any animals without a brain?
No, but hang on a minute.
No, right. And I went, yeah, there's animals that he went, I was gonna talk about this, but it's sad. There's a lad born without a brain, and he laughs a lot, and his hearing and his sight's okay. I'll go, well, that's impossible. If he was without a brain, all that is impossible. And he went, well, it was in the magazine.
No, it was in a book that somebody sent.
Right.
And I didn't want to bring it up, because it is a bit sad, really. That this, young lad, it is a picture of him sat there with his mum, and,
Carl!
Well,
Carl!
I forget it.
It's impossible.
Well, there must have been more to the story,
He can't not have a brain. Hearing and sight is a concept within the brain, that's all it is, right?
Yeah.
The ears are just receptacles, they're just, so...
But that's why it was in this book, it was a book of mysteries.
Carl, if you're reading a book and you see a photo and you guess at what you think the story might be, that doesn't make it true, that doesn't make it fact.
I looked at it, because I thought he looks like an happy lad.
Sure.
And I read about it, and I thought, that's weird. Like you've said, the fact that he hasn't got a brain, but he can see and he can hear.
No! Impossible!
Well...
impossible.
Okay.
Go on. I don't know who to believe. Listen, we haven't done it for a while. White Van Man. I thought there's some interesting questions raised today, and I think it might be nice to just put them Carl.
I think we set Carl up again in the last hour as a person that people want to know his opinions on the world,
if you're not familiar with it, on Saturdays the Sun newspaper asks a typical white van driver questions, his opinions on the week's news, and we thought we'd throw these in the direction of Carl. And then what do you make of this teenage thug, Carl, Mickey Carroll, who spent 4 months in jail and he's won 9.7 million on the lottery? Is that justice, when you think of all the good people that are going hungry? And there's a lad there and he's won...
Did he buy the ticket before he went in?
No, I think he bought it once he'd come out.
So he's done his time?
He's done his time.
Fair enough then, he's been punished.
Yeah.
Right, he's bought a ticket, he's had a lot of bad luck. Now he's having a bit of good luck.
Good luck, next one.
Are you concerned that now he's got all that money he could turn into like a sort of mastermind villain, like a James Bond style villain? He's got a criminal streak, we know that. Is that a concern for you?
Well,
I mean, imagine that he could build some kind of underwater fortress.
We don't, with my lawyer's hat on, we don't know that.
Yeah, well. Well, he'd have to prove that he didn't have a criminal streak. I'd say you've been in jail for 4 months.
Yeah, well, sometimes people are bad because they haven't got any money, so he might be just an angel of gold now.
Yeah. 1 in 5 children aged between 11 and 16 go on booze binge sessions at least once a week. That's terrifying news, isn't it?
Kids, they know too much now.
Yeah.
You despair.
No, right?
Yeah.
Listen to this one, right?
Go on.
My dad had me niece in the car, right, running her to school one day, and she was in the back of the car with a mate, and they were chatting away about stuff like kids do. And he got onto the topic of one of the mates, and he said, I mean, you've got to remember, my niece, this point, was probably about 5 or 6, something like that, right? In the back of the car, talking about My Little Pony, whatever it is they play with. Subject changed. That Lisa in our class, she's a lesbian, isn't she?
Right.
That's what they were talking about.
Yeah.
Chatting away about it.
Just openly talking about lesbianism.
And probably, this is the topic that they're talking about in the pub when they're having one. Out drinking.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they might have thought a lesbian was a funny word or something. You don't necessarily know the ins and outs of it, do they?
It's weird though, isn't it? Because when I was younger at school, you didn't you swore a little bit, but it wasn't like major swear words, and you sort of did a little bit of nicking, but nothing like they get up to now. I mean,
my girlfriend, when she was about 7 or 8, she was walking to school with her mum, and she called her a C-U-N. Right?
You are joking.
No, she said, because she thought it was a big. She said she thought it was a big furry animal. She thought, so she was being nice, and where'd you do that? Where'd you do that? Like, just heard it at school, so they might not know what it means.
Well, I tell you, I'm gonna have to use kind of euphemisms here to tell this story, but when I was at school, I learned, the stronger version, it's not the same word, but it's very similar with one letter changed. I'm gonna use twit.
Yeah.
You know the word I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
But I'm going to use the word twit to replace it, right? And I said, I went round.
You think the twat?
Yeah.
Alright.
That's what I'm thinking of. And, so can I say it? Am I allowed to say it?
No, of course not.
It's weird though, because
No, hang on,
some people from Cornwall use that like saying twit. So, if people listen in Cornwall...
Do you know what? A twit is a pregnant goldfish.
Well...
Well, I learned the stronger version of twit.
Yeah.
Twat. For those that aren't sure. I learned this in school when I was like 10 or whatever, and I didn't know what it meant. I thought it was just a stronger version of twit.
Yeah.
I thought it was just if you were really annoyed with someone because they were a real twit.
Because I is worse than I.
Exactly, apparently. So, you know, Carl would be a twit. And,
Yeah.
and so I started using this at home, because I didn't realise what it meant. I started using this at home, oh, you twit, you're a twit, and saying it to my dad, you're a twit, you know,
Yeah.
I'm not saying twit.
Yeah.
And my dad didn't know what it meant either.
That's
Which
great!
I couldn't believe. So he started using it as well, right? So then we'd be driving in the car, he'd be saying to my mum, you stupid, say this to my mum, you don't pull over, you're gonna butt you, twat. Saying this. Then I learned at school from Mark Johnson what it really meant.
Yeah.
Stopped using it, obviously finding out it was quite an offensive word.
Yeah.
I didn't want to bring it up to my dad. I didn't want to sit my dad down and say, Dad, you know that word we've been saying?
Yeah.
You know what it means? So now, to this day, I never brought it out with him. So we'll be driving, you know, I go home for Christmas, we'll be driving around, he'll be calling my mum that word. Left, right and centre. I think she knows. I think she's just embarrassed. Or she's just upset and she knows what it means. She goes, why does he keep calling me this terrible word? But he's the only one, I think, in our family who doesn't know what it means. No one's got the guts to say, I don't know whether I should tell him this Christmas.
what a twat.
I know.
Good to hear that again.
Always good to hear that.
Suede. Animal nitrate. Carl was all flustered because there isn't a record set up, and he's getting all tizzy. He's been more worried about his competitions than sorting out putting records on ready. What?
I'm after Steve's Song for a Love.
Well, I'll tell you what, why didn't you carry on with your, educating Ricky section? I'll have a look on the CD.
We'll keep it going, Steve.
Yeah,
Cover
you
it.
keep
Go
it
on. Go on then, right, okay. We've had a few emails. Anyone got it right, Carl? Anyone got it?
Educating Ricky, that's the final one. We've got to get that out of the way.
We've got to get Rockbusters as well, though.
We can do that at the end, we can
Go on then.
But we've only got 5 minutes left.
Come on, just do Educating Ricky.
Right.
God.
The last one that we haven't done
Right.
is, he's a bit of a nuisance.
Go on then.
Again, not really that interesting.
Thanks.
No, like, again, I spoke to you in the week, and I had much better things, like when I tell you about Brian Blessed climbing Everest, and for some reason it made him, it played havoc with his belly, and he followed through and he had to clean up.
Shut himself.
Yeah, using ice and snow.
Why are you telling me that Brian Blessed, in what way is telling me that Brian Blessed shit himself once in any way educational?
Because I was saying how he was climbing Everest, right?
Right.
I give it to him, he's an actor and that, but he gave that a go.
Yeah.
Right? He played...
What's the point of that, you'd say, wouldn't you?
You'd say, God, he's you know...
So he's alright. Me doing a boxing match for no reason is rubbish, but him climbing Everest and shitting himself...
Yeah, he did that.
is commendable.
Right, and he's only gonna, like, go and do it again. He's gonna climb it again.
Yeah, but he might not shit himself this time.
Yeah, but what's the point in going? Nothing's changed up there.
Yeah, probably, yeah.
What's it been?
Well, it has. They've probably, cleared it up by now. Like, but, it's slip on it.
I can't even be bothered telling you this one, because...
Come on!
To be
Just
honest-
do it, or do it now!
Steve, how we doing?
Look, no, never mind that. Look, just tell me what that means. Oh, he's a nuisance. Oh, this is so annoying, Carl. I'm gonna go mental.
Right,
Talk!
right, listen, I'm just putting
Right.
this in here, right? Right, nuisance is a bit of a nuisance.
Yeah.
Apparently,
Yeah.
the old fella who used to hang people...
1700s?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He used to be able to tell somebody's weight just by looking at them. Right? That's a bit of a bonus fact.
We'll be the judge of that.
The thing that I wanted to tell you
Yeah.
is, money for old rope, do you know what I'm saying? I can't even be bothered.
Yes, you're gonna tell me now. Come on, Carl. I mean it.
Basically, money for old rope
Yeah.
came from the... right?
What was all that about? You can tell someone's weight. What was
That's a
that
bonus
for?
fact.
And Brian Blessed shitting himself. What are you... What? No, don't you... No, tell me... That now, you nearly made me swear then. I'm getting really annoyed. I'm getting really annoyed now. Down with this back, Carl, or I'm gonna go mental.
Come on, Carl, time's running out.
Not that people years ago, when people used to be hung, right?
Right.
If you didn't like the person who's been hung, you'd go, God, I really don't like him. And so you never forget the
See,
time.
what if they're being hung? We take that as read.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, so they never forget afterwards to get the hangman to get the rope and to cut it up into little pieces, and he'd sell them. He'd sell the little pieces of rope to people. And
See, Carl, that's the most interesting thing, if it's true, that you've come up with.
Right, okay. And so so they sell the rope?
They sell the rope, and it's money for old rope.
Money for old rope.
Meaning, like, you know, God, it's easy to make money, that all they have to do is cut it up and sell it.
I'm cynical.
I'm not